And a very good afternoon, and I welcome you to Spice Drive. Today, of course, a very hot Friday. I don't know where you're listening to us from. You can talk to us. Of course, we're here to bring you all the latest updates on what's been happening throughout the week. And today, we are riding solo. It's just me, the Solomon Coco, and DJ Cham, because one of our co-hosts, of course, Charles Otieno, is out of the country. He has traveled all the way to Suluhu land in Tanzania for a special occasion for one of his family members, of course, who will be tying the knot this coming weekend. And also, of course, everyone who is down there in Dar es Salaam feeling the heat right there, we wish them a fantastic wedding ceremony. And of course, us back here on Spice Drive, we can assure you that we guarantee you special entertainment, great music with DJ Cham, and of course, a roundup of what's been happening throughout the week. Tell us where you're listening to us from. Of course, you can talk to us on our social media platform and at the SpiceFM. And as we actually look at what is actually trending right now, as I look on what's happening on social media, I can see trending at number 1 is the Linda Comrades, and it says that ODM grassroots strength is on display at KICC, where the Linda Comrades advances with the Kumi Bila Break resolve to empower the youth wing while aligning family behind Dr. Oburu Odinga. Of course, Dr. Oburu Odinga has said that he is the youth wing leader of the Gen Z youth of the party. So we'll be telling you what's happening out there, and of course we'll be giving you the traffic updates throughout the show. So stick around us, and from here it's going to be a smooth ride on Friday. Good music, good conversations up to 7 p.m. Tell us where you're listening to us from, and let's enjoy the show. So send in your shout outs, any requests for music, of course, just anything to make it special for you. Right now, we welcome you on the show. Welcome aboard. This is the Spice Drive.
The way things used to be. That's so good. Had me saying, oh, you know it ain't always money, but don't it sound funny? Every day is Monday when I'm loving no one. It's a reality to think true love was made for me. Cause of the pain I feel with the phone rings, it ain't for me. Most of the time I read myself to sleep 7 days a week. And I can go on and on and on and see what this time can mean. I'm running out of love. Late at night, when there's no one around, I can feel the tingle in my hand. Felt so good, had me saying, oh, a week. And I can go on and on and on. See what this time could mean. Is it reality to think true love was made for me? Cause of the pain I feel when you fall, it ain't for me. Most of the time I read myself to sleep 7 days a week. And I can go on and on, you see what this time can mean.
What is this when I kiss your lips? I get the sweetest hangover come over me. Yeah, yeah. State of bliss with your fingertips. You get me so excited. How can I find it? Do what you wanna do and sanctify, girl. Cause your body's got me open. And when your body calls, mine always listen and sanctify, girl. Cause your body's got me open. Looking down on us from mirror till I can't get enough of what we're stealing. It may be wrong, but it's so appealing. Baby, I can't find this feeling.
DJ Charm, baby.
When you say it's okay to come, I will surrender inside your private place. It feels so good doing it one-on-one. So many times I will love you so many ways. I'm so into you. What you wanna do? Sanctify, yeah. Cause your body's got me open. And when your body mine always listen and sanctify, girl. Cause your body's got me
24/7 around the world, non-stop. This is Spice FM.
I can't get enough of what we're saying. It may be wrong, but it's so appealing. Baby, I can't fight this feeling. Looking down on us from mirror till I can't get enough of what we're saying. Baby, wrong, but it's so appealing. Baby, I can't fight this feeling.
Just come and feel the flavor of this rain. We got it, baby. We got it, baby. Baby, you all my time. All my time. Just come and feel the flavor of this rain. Baby, we got it. Thinking of you is all I do. Daydreaming about my crazy days. I like your silly ways. Just thinking about you. What can I do? Baby, you are my time. Just come and feel the flavor. Feel this rain, baby. We got it. Baby, you are my time. Yeah. Just come and feel the flavor. Feel this rain, baby. We got it. I know our love is real. You make my mind flip. It's funny how you make me feel. Tossing, turning in my bed. Yeah. My time is just for you. 24/7, our love is true. Baby, you are my time. Just come and feel the flame and feel this rain. Oh yeah. We got it. Oh yeah. Hey, baby, you are my time. Just come and feel the flame of this rain. We got it.
It's the Mac of the year in your ear with the flavor you've been waiting for. A taste in your face, don't take it personal. 4 deep, we on the creep for the street. Smooth Batman and Romeo and LDB. Throw your hands in the air, put the bounce in your body. Microphone check now, scream loud and dotted. I know 40 like an immature party.
here and there. I did you wrong, but I'll give my life to make it right.
Things ain't right. Seems like all we do is right. It has been on my mind.
You don't have to worry.
Get it right.
No,
I'll be by your side. No more lonely nights.
Come on now. What must I do to make it up to you? Come on. What can I say to make you see things my way? I know it's hard for you to understand. I did you wrong, but I'll give my life to make it right.
Seems like all we do is right. It's been on my mind.
Baby, it's been on my mind. I'm gonna make it right. I'll be by your side. No more lonely nights, no more. That's right. Sure to get down, good Lord. Baby got them open all over town. Strictly bitch, she don't play around. Cover much grounds, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True play away, I can't get her out of my mind. I think about the girl all the time. East side to the west side, pushing fat rides, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash, fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, it's on when she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10, I wanna get in. Can I get down so I can win? I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up.
She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound. Baby never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no, let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Lovers hit curves so frequent you heard. Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play, just for shorty bang bang to look your way. I like the way you work it, jump tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, baby I can get you in my ride.
I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. That girl looks good. Play on, play on, play on. My kind of girl.
Cause that's my sheet like first class New York streets black sheet. What you know about me? Not a motherfucking thing. Frame sorted by my shorty. As for me, icy gleam, pink diamond ring. We reach the maddest click up on this scene. Ain't you getting bored with these fake ass broads? I don't lose no doubt. Please excuse if I come across rude, that's me. And that's how a players get to be. Stay kicking game with a capital G. Act people's on my block, I'm as real. Faking jacks ain't never been me, so pass the word to your nigga Chauncey. I'll be sitting in the car.
Sounds of Backstreet Boys featuring the Queen Pen right here on Spice Drive. Of course, we've promised we're going to play you the best mix of music courtesy of DJ Cham. And you're here with me hanging out with Solomon, the real solo. Of course, Charles Otieno, not in town. We've said that he's already in Dar es Salaam. burning in that heat of East African heat, and it's Suluhu land. Lakini, we wish him all the best. I'm not in studio alone, and everybody said we'll be riding solo. Lakini nasema now we have a guest who's going to take us through a couple of what has been happening throughout the week. Ian Keitani, anchor, reporter, KTN. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Spice Drive is welcoming you here, and of course, many listeners keeping us company today and are eager to know what is happening out here. How was your week?
Pretty good. It's a pleasure to be here, by the way. Thank you very much for having me around.
Karibu sana. And I'm sure we're going to have a brilliant time in studio today. Just something now that we've talked about Charles being in Tanzania. There was a drama today. I don't know if you heard about this one. There's a Tanzanian member of parliament for Ukonga. His name is Bakari Shingo. Has withdrawn from contesting delegate positions in key international parliamentary bodies after failing to meet the required standard of English during the selection process.
Kizungu ni shida.
Kizungu unajua ilikuja na meli.
Wa Tanzania lakini wajua.
Naona ni kama ikudok Tanzania.
Nipita Tanzania kingia. I mean, but they always struggle with English because I mean, even if you come across or look at the feudal battles that we have with Kenyans on X do have with Kenyans Tanzanians on X rather. It always boils down to they can't understand English, they can't speak fluent English. So I mean,
but in your own opinion, do you think probably the guy Bakari is qualified, but language barrier is limiting him? Do you think language barrier, especially when you're contesting for delegate positions in key international parliamentary bodies, should be a big issue? We're in an era of AI where you can actually download an app on your phone to translate everything that you're saying. What do you think?
You see, one thing, it's interesting because you've talked about AI, because at the end of the day, AI is not just something that you can use. It depends. The outcome depends on how you prompt it. So if you don't even prompt it well, you might end up getting the wrong info or something different from what you anticipated,
and you make it worse.
Exactly, make it worse. So it depends on how you prompt it.
Yes.
The more clearer and precise and concise the prompt is, the better the answer. So if you have a problem in prompting it well, then the situation will be even worse.
Then you fail the exam.
But just like you said, I mean, it's interesting because this is an international body.
Yes.
It probably has members from across the globe.
Yeah.
So if you can't, articulate yourself in English, then it will be a problem. It will be a big problem. But okay, not to be unfair again, because I remember that when Tanzania were having their elections, and they had some sort of feud with Kenya because Kenya was the country, or Kenyans did really pay close attention to the happenings in Tanzania during that particular election, and at some point, the qualifications for those who had even been elected to serve as members of parliament, serve as ministers, you go through them and you realize this is the minimum qualification, and this person has been elected as a member of parliament. I mean, it raises a lot of questions, but I mean, at the end of the day, you really have to be to be able to speak and understand, because to represent and articulate issues that you're supposed to bring up in those international bodies is very, very important. And if you can't articulate them properly, then what is the need? What is the purpose of you being there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo Bakari Shingo step down, Shingo upande.
Arudi
darasani kidogo. So much is happening, and even in the world of politics, of course, we're getting on into that political season. So much is happening, and of course, formations are trying to streamline and align with each other. Right now, Linda Comrades is happening down at KICC, Kume Bila Break. And the momentum, of course, they're driving the mobilization of youth and party unity. This one is being actually conducted by Okech Salah. What are your opinions about Okech Salah and about this Linda Comrades? Because I can see KICC is fully draped in orange colors, of course, for ODM. But concurrently, I think there's something going on with Sifuna and his team. and I hear they've even changed color. What's your take on this one?
I mean, whatever is happening in ODM is very, very interesting because let me begin with this Okech Salah guy.
Yes.
Because since the death of Raila Odinga, that is when the guy,
really popped out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and many people are asking, where was this guy?
Yeah.
At first, it was said he's a doctor, Raila Odinga's doctor.
Yes.
But of course, there was another official doctor who used to, look after Raila Odinga.
Yes.
But ever since the death of Raila Odinga, Okech Salah has really come out to try and, one would say position himself. You'd wonder, what is this positioning all about?
Okay.
Is he,
is he taking advantage?
One would wonder, because that is one of the questions that Kenyans are asking even online.
Yes.
Is he trying to capitalize on that? Is he probably angling to vie for a political seat in 2027?
Would he?
Who knows?
I mean,
maybe he will.
Without the support of his godfather, godfather of politics, Raila Odinga, how popular would he be on the ground?
Well, he's leaning towards the faction that supports Oburu Oginga as the party leader of ODM and the likes of, Chairperson Gladys Wanga and the likes of Ahmed Nasser, not Ahmed Nasser, but Abdul Samad, Sharif Nasser, the governor of Mombasa, the likes of Simbarati, the governor of Kisii County, that faction. So he's probably leaning toward that side. If he's to vie, then hopefully, and I do believe that particular faction will support him. But now the problem is, ODM is divided.
Yes, it is.
Because on one side, you have that faction led by Oburu Oginga. On the other side, it's like you have three different factions now. Because apart from the Oburu Oginga faction, you also have the Edwin Sifuna faction.
Yes.
And there are other fellows who are, blowing hot and cold. Because if you have the likes of former Kakamega's, governor, the current CS, Wycliffe Oparanya, is also blowing hot and cold because a couple of weeks ago, Oburu Oginga was in Kakamega County. But Oparanya organized a separate event from the one that they had, Linda Ground, rally. It had quite a number of members of parliament, including the likes of Nabina Bwera. But Oburu Oginga did attend that particular rally as well.
Yes.
So it is very interesting. It's like we have three different factions.
Yes.
Now, Winnie Odinga is also in the picture, and Winnie Odinga seems to be leaning towards the faction led by the faction that includes the likes of Edwin Sifuna, because she came to the defense of the likes of Edwin Sifuna, and so is Ruth Odinga, by the way.
Yes.
So first of all, one would wonder, where is the Odinga family leaning? Forget about Oburu Oginga, because he's ready.
Because there also seems to be a split there.
Exactly. You'd wonder what would be the views of Mama Ida Odinga.
Yes.
What would be the views of, we know what Winnie Odinga says. What would be the views of probably Raila Odinga Jr.? Where does the family lean? There was supposed to be a family meeting to try and deliberate on these issues.
Yes.
But we've not really, heard about it.
Yeah.
We've not really heard what really happened, if the meeting went down or not.
We're still in the blind, we're still in the dark.
Exactly. So one would wonder, what is the future of ODM? Once we establish what the future of ODM will be, then we can be able to also, ascertain what is the future of the likes of Okech Salah. But most likely, non-prediction, I'm not saying I'm right, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking Okech Salah could be, looking at maybe a member of parliament seat in the vast Nyanza region, and I'm thinking he will vie. Something within me tells me Okech Salah will vie.
Influential there.
His influence is another thing.
It's another
You're not really sure whether he's so much influential because, for example, we've talked about, the Linda Comrades.
Yes.
It is a forum that is bringing comrades together. But the question is, okay, you're bringing the comrades together. What is the main purpose of the comrades coming together? Because I've seen photos here. The room is packed, and I've seen lads with
like the attendance is quite positive.
Exactly, the lads do have they've donned T-shirts, orange in color, with photos of President William Ruto.
Yes.
So is it a forum trying to have the youth or comrades articulate their issues and raise their issues that they probably want to be addressed or not, or is it just a forum trying to popularize President William Ruto through Okech Salah, because he also seems to be very liquid. The guy who's he has the cash.
There's someone who's funding that whole faction.
Cash. There's no doubt about that. He has the cash.
That is a very, very big riddle for us to unravel, and of course we'll be talking more about this and what's happening, of course, in the world of politics. politics and what has been going throughout the week. We will be unpacking all those details with Ian Keitani here. Remember, Ian Keitani is our reporter and anchor right here on KTN, and he has vast knowledge about politics and the undertakings, and knew what is happening in the whole world of politics and current affairs. But right about now, just before we get to the top of the hour, DJ Cham, you're going to give us one or two hits, and then we come back with some more. Keep it right here. This is Spice Drive. And in case you're just joining us, you're in time for the Drive Show, the one that gives you unfiltered conversations and, of course, a roundup of everything that has been happening throughout the week. And, of course, in the studio today, I am privileged to be in the company of Ian Keitani. Of course, we're tunachambua what has been happening throughout the week. And probably on a sad note, there was a photo that was already doing rounds on social media as celebrated DJ Kroba was laying on bidding farewell to his late wife Wanjiru Joy Karumba, and quite an emotional tribute as he narrated how they met and how they struggled with her illness till the end, and he has promised to take care of the kids and the family the way it is. She was buried just on the slopes below at the bottom of Mount Kenya, the view that she said she always loved somewhere in Narumoro. So we condole with the family of DJ Kroba. It is well, and may she rest in peace. But also, let's talk about what is happening here, Ian. Mm-hmm. And there's a statement today by East African breweries, and they have finally acknowledged that the growth of illicit alcohol across East Africa has reached alarming levels, which is threatening public health, government revenue, and the broader economy. That is according to the CEO, Jane Karuku. And she has said that EABL actually ran a study of the alcohol that is being consumed in the region, and came to the realization that a lot of it is illicit. That is 60%. That means that with our lifestyle in Nairobi, mm-hmm. and the way people love consuming that good drink, we could be taking a lot of toxic stuff into our system, which is pretty sad. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's pretty concerning. Mm-hmm. Like you've mentioned, Nairobi, wanasemanga sherehe 24/7. 24/7. Monday to Monday. You'll find, people partying everywhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very concerning because, they say a few years ago they were on around 50-50 or 40-60, where 40% was illicit. But now we've gotten to a point where 60% is illicit.
It's illicit.
One would look at it from two sides. Mm-hmm. One side, the EABL is talking from a point of business. Mm-hmm. They're probably
they're making a lot of losses.
exactly.
They're not carrying a lot of losses, because if 60% of the alcohol that people are consuming in Nairobi mm-hmm. is illicit, and only 40% is pure and pure for consumption, you can imagine what the competition they are facing from the illicit traders. That is, it subjects them to massive losses, of course, into the billions.
Yeah, of course. I mean, on one side, yes, it's the business aspect. There's also, they've probably reduced. On the other side is, the health, complications or risks.
Yes.
And someone would, dare ask, mm-hmm. The EABL CEO is talking about the health complications and the health risks posed, mm-hmm. That comes with drinking illicit liquor. Mm-hmm. But, at the end of the day, mm-hmm. they say all types of alcohol, mm-hmm. they have dangers at the end of the day. Yeah. But for them, it's a matter of making more sales, because if that trend continues, if a few years ago it was 40-60, now it is 60-40, mm-hmm. with 60 being illicit, what will happen in the next 2 years? What will happen in the next 5 years?
We are totally going to be consuming poison.
Exactly. What will EABL sell?
That is so sad, because especially when they talk about the health implications, then definitely that a lot of young people have actually been hospitalized, others have lost lives, and all this is because of these light industries in Kariobangi. Those people who are actually making a lot of illicit alcohol, which is poisonous and of course very, very harmful to our health. But do you think that government is doing enough, or are there also players in that system of the illegal trade?
Exactly where I was coming to, because if there's a growth in terms of illicit alcohol out there being consumed, one would wonder, what is the government doing to counter this?
Exactly.
Because at some point in time, I think a year ago or 2 years ago, the government had really started to intensify, the crackdown on illicit alcohol. And I don't know, it got to a point where the crackdown really, disappeared.
Yes.
I don't know what happened. This is an issue that the ousted DP always talks about. He talks about how he always wants to take credit.
Yes.
He said once he left. Yes. So he says once he left government, nobody really championed for the crackdown on illicit alcohol.
Yes.
And like you've said, it's also ruining a lot of families.
Yes.
You'll find many mothers, many women out there saying, their husbands are not there, they consume illicit alcohol, they don't even get to their house, they don't do what they're supposed to do. So one would wonder, can the government step up its efforts in regards to trying to counter this illicit alcohol? And if they don't, are there some sort of, what you call powerful people who are involved in that
in the making,
exactly,
the production of this alcohol?
Exactly. So if it goes on, then probably they also have some sort of protection from somewhere, definitely. And it's just incumbent upon the government to try and ensure that this illicit alcohol is done away with, really, because it's ruining families, it's ruining lives. If not families, the young lads, the young youth out there who are consuming this illicit alcohol, and it's also ruining their lives. So
it's ruining their lives.
Exactly.
And based on our tradition and our lifestyle in tradition, of course, we all see those photos on social media when people are partying, they're out partying, consuming liters and liters of expensive alcohol, not knowing, unknown to them, that what they're consuming is illicit, and of course definitely will be harmful to their health. Well, I think the government needs to step up more, because we are losing lives. Not only money, we are losing lives, and like we have rightfully said, even families are disintegrating just because of that fake consumption of toxins that should not be otherwise in our body. A sad, sad, sad one. And of course, thank you very much for that. We'll be talking to us. Tell us where you're listening to us from. And in case you have any request, you can send them through on our social media page on SpiceFM. This is Spice Drive. And of course, DJ Cham will be right at hand to deliver all good music on all your requests, anything that you want to hear. Hit us up. Tell us where you're listening to us from. For now, let's go back to the music. No doubt one of the best rappers of all time, Tupac Shakur, right there with How Do You Want It? That's a question we're asking you right now today on the Spice Drive. How do you want it? How do you feel? Where you at? Please get back to us. Let us know where you're listening to us from. Of course, we'll be ready to play for you all the jams as we give you updates of what's happening. And of course, in a few minutes, we'll be giving you the traffic updates within Nairobi. In case of any accidents or incidents, let us know so that we can help you get home today, this Furahi day. And we have said fake alcohol is everywhere. 60% versus 40%, that is a very, very bad number.
Exactly.
And I think someone has just asked, how do you tell between proper alcohol and illicit alcohol? I don't know. What do you think should be done?
It's difficult to really separate which is illicit, which is genuine. And I think that is one of the things that the government should really strive to make sure, the normal consumer, because I'd say, I don't know, Kenyans are drinkers, heavy drinkers. We all know that. But I've tried to look at, what can help someone, especially in the country, look at or determine which is illicit, which is genuine. And then they talk about, checking carrier excise stamps. And they talk about checking if the bottle, exactly, if the bottle is, well sealed, the writings on the bottle.
But there's so many unscrupulous business guys who've actually known how to hack that.
Exactly the
so
point.
they package very, very, contrary to the normal belief is people think that illicit alcohol is only the low quality. You'll be shocked that these expensive cognacs that people are consuming in the clubs or buying in a liquor store, most of it is just very well refined, but it's illicit.
Yeah, like you said, you rightly put it. Many people think illicit alcohol is the ones being sold at the village level.
Yes,
as those fermented at home and all prepared at home.
Yeah,
but
or even the cheap ones.
Exactly, they're well packaged illicit alcohol.
Yeah.
And when you talk about reading whether they've been properly labeled, whether they've been properly sealed.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time mtu amepiga chupa sita tano, can they even be able to ascertain that? Can you able to look at
then
it?
the next day you wake up with dry lips like a log or like a stone. So many of these one, if you have any experience about consuming fake alcohol, there are always those signs. There are always those incidents when you wake up with your very dry lips. Sometimes you can't even see, with a crazy headache. Unajaribu kukunywa Brufen na haisaidii.
Brufen haiwezi.
Let us know what you think. If you have had an experience, kindly share it with us on our social media drive, Spice Drive. And of course, we have a new guest on the show. Someone told me, and they were joking, they said, because Charles is out of town, I'll be riding solo. On to them. We don't ride solo. We have a special guest, Washira Gatama, Skoko Abednego.
Yes, original.
Adad of Hat the Band is in the building, the prolific poet. How are you, man?
Niko salama. How you guys?
Niko salama sana, karibu sana kwa Spice Drive.
Nafurahi. Kumbe kunakaa vizuri hivi. Mngeniita mapema.
Karibu. That's how we do it here. And of course, I know you have so many fans listening and watching on Spice Drive and on our social media platforms, and everybody who's listening to us. And where have you been?
I've been up and about. Nairobi has a lot of things.
Yes.
And then sasa ukiongeza ikuwe Kenya, mambo ni mingi zaidi, but inaongezeka kabisa.
Yes.
Yeah, but we've been doing a lot of writing.
Okay.
A lot of mentorship with people.
Yes.
A lot of poetry also. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing the industry is ripe right now. Mm-hmm. So we are ready to release what we have written.
Wow. That is beautiful. And of course, we'll be talking so much about music. We'll be talking about how the industry has changed, if it has changed.
Yeah.
We'll talk about all those new tariffs that now they are introducing into the market. And all the CMOs now have been reduced to at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means to your pocket.
Yani, they've not given us a clear way forward on how that is going to work. Mm-hmm. So we also pia sisi
mnateseka tu kwa giza.
Sehemu watatumaliza siku moja.
You're throwing punches in the dark. Unarusha ngumi kwa giza.
You wake up one morning, you just get an email. Wanasema nyinyi hampati license.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay,
where do we go from here?
So now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just waiting to see what they're going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's an AGM.
Great. And Hat the Band,
soon.
Of course, you guys have been doing how many years now in the game?
I think by now we're almost, 13. 13 years.
I think. Ukipata gwiji akisema ati I think. Basi kazi imekuwa mingi, and you guys have been there for a long time, of course, since the days of Uliza Kiatu.
Yeah.
Up to where we are right now. And we'll be talking about all that. And of course, I know there's new music.
Yes.
There are new projects that are coming. There are new collaborations.
A lot.
You'll tell us all about that. Have you had the chance where you've consumed fake alcohol, illicit?
There's a time we were playing a gig in Kisumu. And so in Kisumu, we had, there's the handler who had organized the gig.
Yes.
So your handler, when you're in the club and you're ordering the alcohol, he's telling you, don't order you yourself.
When
he has to come and check kama.
Oh, ile imetoka kwa store.
Yeah, anajua.
Ile imetoka kwa store.
Anakuambia, hapana,
irudisheni. Mlete ile ingine.
So, it's crazy.
Oh, that's very, very interesting. And of course, we have DJ Cham, who's giving you the best jams today, driving you home in style. And of course, those people who are getting ready to go to the club later on, we are ushering you style with great entertainment. Mambo ya fake alcohol, mtaenda kujulia huko mbele bana. So good conversation. Ian.
Yes.
What do you think about what was happening in the State House during the UDA members and 12,000 delegates? That is a very, very tall order. That's a huge number.
It is a very big number, but of the 12,000, a huge chunk were aspirants, those aspiring to be members of county assembly. I think around 10,000.
About 10,000 of them.
Exactly. Now, a lot has been said regarding that particular event. One is the fact that there are some people arguing that event should be happening at State House. Should be happening.
I was wondering, why not somewhere else?
Why not
another
Plaza?
venue? Yes. Why didn't they take it to Nyayo Stadium, Kasarani? I don't know.
Exactly. That is one of the bone of contentions. Many people argue that why are party functions being held at State House?
Was this like a cryptic message, like saying "Hukundo home"?
We are in control.
We are in control.
It's not the first time.
Yeah?
I mean,
because I know 12,000 people in State House. Of course, it's capable of hosting that number because it lies on a very, very huge piece of land.
Yeah.
But I know even the washrooms, even any amenities, all those things must have been a disaster. Why were people going to the toilet? Unless they had very many portable washrooms there, and I can imagine the mess that was left behind. Do you think it was was it a decent show?
I mean, there's always to look into it. One is the fact that President William Ruto is seeking re-election in 2027.
Yes.
And aesthetically speaking, the number in itself they'd probably want to send a message that, you see, you guys said the party is dead.
Yeah.
We're here.
We're
The
here.
party
We're
is
in
strong.
State House.
12,000 people are aspiring to vie on a UDA ticket.
Yeah.
But interestingly, if you look at the statistics, I'll just give you the statistics in a moment according to the party in itself. There are so many people missing.
Yes.
Conspicuously missing.
Yes.
Quite a number of governors, sitting governors, sitting senators were no show, especially those from Mount Kenya region. Exactly, and one would pose the question: are they being strategic? Are they still trying to assess the ground to be able to know whether should I vie with UDA or should I probably explode, trying another party?
Because there's a lot of confusion in the political circles right now. People
Exactly.
don't know. ODM is already saying that they have at least 3 factions. Azimio is back with a new chairman right now. The head is
Kalonzo
Musyoka, and of course we have new outfits that are coming up, and someone has to be automatically and very intelligently strategic to know where they are camping at.
Exactly. But if you look at, because the main focus was on probably Mount Kenya region, because this is a region that propelled President William Ruto to the presidency in 2022. He got very, very high support, massive support from the region. But they say he has somewhat lost, ground. But he has really struggled to, change that narrative. He has been to Mount Kenya, I think, 3 times now in the past few months.
Yes.
But one thing that would really rubber stamp or gives them confidence is the fact that they won the by-election in Embu, for example.
Okay.
They won against the opposition candidate.
Despite the amount of money that they said they spent.
Exactly.
Which is a very huge sum.
Now, looking at the numbers, for example, because the party posted the numbers, they said the party came out to clarify that incumbent governors, senators, and members of parliament were not, supposed to register now. That is why they were not present in State House. But even if you go with that argument, for example, from the list of those aspiring, those who registered to aspire as governors under UDA party in 2027, for example, in Kirinyaga County, there's only one person.
Only one person
who wants to vie using a UDA ticket. If you go to Laikipia County, there's none.
Nobody.
0.
Yeah.
If you go to Murang'a County, 0. If you go to Nyeri County, 1.
So Mount Kenya region, there's an effect and disconnect with the UDA.
Exactly. Because if you look at the ground, the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua says
he looking strong there?
He controls. He argues that he controls. Nobody will, really come out and say yes, he fully controls, but he claims that he controls the region.
Okay.
That will be. We'll see whether that is true or not in 2027. But based on how the situation is right now, I mean, we'll be having, I think, 2 by-elections in different wards in Embu County this year, later this year, and that we'll be able to probably ascertain from that whether it is true DCP, like the former DP says, is controls the region or not. If probably UDA wins those seats again, then it will be a whole different scenario altogether, and they have to go back to the drawing board.
Great.
Yes.
Skoko.
Yes.
The creative industry.
Yes.
Creative sector.
Yeah.
Is the government making do what it promised? Is it making it?
There's a lot of noise in the creative side, especially since they said that thing for 100 million, but it comes with a price, because they're like, if you're going to give you this money, then you have to talk about what the government has done.
So there's compromise.
Yeah, there's compromise, and a lot of artists are like, you cannot force us to support the government, whereas we have...
Artists want to be neutral.
Yes, because even after the government is gone, your music will still be there. So what will you tell the people?
Unaweza corrupt. But our country is corrupt already. Now I don't know what is going on. Okay, hold that thought. We'll be back with more conversation about what is happening in the creative industry, in the music industry, and of course in the political scene, as we also unravel what has been happening throughout the week. For now, as we head to the top of the hour, cham kidogo tu. Alafu tuendelee na kazi. This is Spice Drive right here, and I'm your host at The Real Solo. Of course, I got company in the studio. I have Ian Keitani, and I've got from the musical world, the one and only Skoko Abednego. Skoko, a third of the Hat the Band crew. Who's the third?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? And I hope everybody listening now can also direct their questions and their requests on our Spice Drive show social media page. That's the Spice Drive. Let us know what we want DJ Cham to play for you to set you in the right mood for the weekend. And we're still here talking about matters of music, and of course also unwrapping what has been happening out throughout the week. Skoko, let's go back to Hat the Band as a group.
Yes.
First of all, I know you have a new song.
Yeah.
And you have, actually, interestingly enough, is that everybody from the group, all 3 of you, there's Kenches, there's Mordecai Dex, and of course there's Skoko yourself. Everybody seems to have aligned into doing their own solo projects. What's happening to the group? Are we disintegrating? Are you just building your muscle outside the team?
I think, also like when you sing for too long together, sometimes you want to venture out and just try new music.
Nasema kila siku si skuma.
Yani.
Kidogo unaenda nje unakula nyama.
Yeah. So ni hiyo growth tu unajua, because Mordecai alienda akajifunza production, Ken akajifunza production, and then me I did some DJing.
Okay. Oh yeah, actually, you are a very good DJ.
Yes, I am.
I watched a set, and you're here with DJ Mad Lion. This one was your tutor, ama mnangangana pamoja?
Tunangangana pamoja. Sengine tunafanya vitu pamoja. Tunaitwa Dance Floor Cartel.
That's good. Dance Floor Cartel.
Yeah.
How has that been, DJing and you're a musician? That is brilliant.
It's been different because also, it's like a band is like it's like a family, or like
brotherhood, familia.
Yeah, so when you find yourself in studio peke yako, hey, you're like, what? Yeah, this is different. Even the song we released, I was in studio, just me and Mr. Kesho.
Mr. Kesho is from Tanzania?
Mr. Kesho is from Tanzania.
Where did you guys meet?
I met him, we had a session with TID.
Yes.
Me and TID, and then Mr. Kesho was also doing a session with TID. So TID introduced us, and after we did that session, Kesho akanitumia track akasema tuifanye kesho. Yeah, so it was a very different experience, just being in studio by myself with a different artist, and just being able to write from now my own perspective. It was actually very let me just say different.
Rejuvenating.
Yeah. But still, had the band bado ndio mama yao.
Okay. Ni mama na baba.
Mama na baba.
Mnasukumana vizuri.
Yeah.
Okay. Any upcoming shows?
We are supposed to travel.
You're going up country.
Going
Kwa hivyo ni kizungu mingi.
Ndio najifunza. Nimekuja Spice mnifunza kizungu
kiasi. Okay.
So we are supposed to travel sometime this coming week,
because that means now it's a huge setback to the ladies, because the ladies love it when you perform on Valentine's Day in Kenya.
Sasa tuliamua tuimbie wale internationally. But the week after Valentine's, Mordecai has a gig.
Okay.
I think 2 gigs or something. So bado tunarudi tuendelee na kazi ya Nairobi.
So it's a hassle.
It's a hassle.
It's the hassle.
Yes.
That's great. Your own projects as a group, what's in store?
There's a lot of music we wrote last year and the year before that. So we've not been able to release when we were doing our own solo projects. So we are looking to release maybe an album this year and a few singles, because my fans pia wanalia
sana najua.
Tuja release in a very long time. So but music is there. Mimi naambianga watu, if we plan to release at the band music, we can release a song every day for 3 years.
That's crazy. That's a lot of accumulated music.
Yeah. Na sasa it's also a problem, because sasa ukikaa unashangaa sasa ni release nini?
Kwa sababu zimekuwa mingi sana. Nikaa kuwa na vitu mingi kwa fridge.
Unashangaa leo ni kule nini?
Leo ni kunywa uji ama chai.
And we are still writing. Ken has his own album he wants to release. Mordecai has
self-produced.
He's worked with different producers, but also him as a producer. Mordecai also has his own projects he's doing with Zake na pia Zakodong. May have a lot of poetry I'm planning to do this year, at least going back into the poetry world, because I was too much into the music. Karibu nsahau kuandika poetry.
But take us through the process of writing a song. I mean, how do you start? Where does someone start?
Writing a song is
this as simple as writing a message to someone? Okay, decide sasa leo acha kutumia ujumbe mfupi.
Inalingana unatuma message gani. Unajua kama ni message ya ku-apologize, ni typing, deleting.
What is the process?
The process changes a lot. When we were doing our album hiyo yenye iko na El Shaddai, we did almost 60 songs that we recorded, and then we had to choose between the 60. We chose like 12 songs.
Wow.
And that one tulikuwa tumeanza na, we just start with the guitar and then put the other elements together. Nowadays, since we started doing production, we've been maybe getting tracks from a producer. I'm just getting a track first, and then you write the melody, then you put some lyrics onto it. If you work maybe with an international artist, someone who's not Kenyan, atakupatia track, yashaandika, and then they send it to you. You listen, you write, you record, then you send it back to them. And if they're okay with it, then they just merge it together.
Okay.
So the process keeps on changing, but at the end of the day, it's just having that one thought process that you're carrying throughout the song.
Who is the master? Who determines? Is it the producer, or do you all sit down together?
The producer doesn't have a lot of creative control over the music.
Okay.
Unless you're working with a producer like, there's different producers like Sedo. Sedo is usually very in the process.
Okay.
So like he likes being there when you're writing.
In the creative process.
He loves having his ideas there and just sharing. When he's mixing the track, he also wants the artist to be there so that process yake and make sure ako present, na artist ako present. Some other people, the producer just presses record.
Okay.
And
then you do your thing.
The artist does the thing, because at the end of the day, it's your brand, it's your music. You need to have that control.
Okay. Great. On social media, of course, we'll be out checking and reading out your comments, and of course, looking out for any requests that you've made. I can see here one saying that there's this dog called Bosco. This one should actually, this dog, imbo inafaa iheshimiwe sana. It's a Bosco. Yeah. It says no vaccines, no bathing, no spraying, no training, no feeding. just pushing life and attending weddings and funerals. Bosco should just be a national hero. Yeah. Bosco should be recognized as a national Kenyan hero.
Sometimes they offer security as well.
They offer very strong security. I have one. Hata ikipatana na panya zitajuana hapo ni kesi. And Ian, there's so much. You see, we are living in an era where at least now we have installation of CCTV cameras in very many places, from homes, from estates, from businesses, business premises, and all that. And cameras nowadays are capturing a lot of insecurity that is ongoing. Kila siku unaona kuna mwizi alikuwa anajaribu kuingia mahali, alikuwa anajaribu kuiba. What is really triggering this insecurity in the country? Because I don't think we should always blame it on the economic situation, because on one side some people are saying that the dollar has stabilized, is almost on that route. Other people are saying, of course, there are a lot of hardships and the youth don't have jobs they can do. What is happening to the insecurity situation?
I think the fact that we all know the economy is not doing that well, but to some point that has become, just some reason that people use. But it's also, stems from our own morals. I mean, how you are brought up. I don't really understand what goes in the mind of someone who, decides to mag someone or steal or, all that. You're not any different.
Yeah.
First of all, from the people who are stealing, you're not any different from, the politicians that we scold every day of, misusing public funds to undertake their own initiatives. So for me, it stems from, just how you were brought up. But sometimes you want to say
values.
Exactly. Sometimes you find situations where, your parents did enough to guide you, to provide you with proper guidance, tell you this is right, this is wrong. But you get to some point in life where it's up to you. You make your own choices.
Yeah.
Because the cases of theft have really increased, insecurity is high.
Very, very nice.
Every day on social media, especially on X, you find people saying, "So this guy stole my phone, but now he's trying to unlock it. He doesn't know that his photo has been captured."
Yes.
This week alone, I think I've come across around 3 or 4,
which is a very sad situation.
Very sad. But let me just include the issue of CCTVs. Talk about CCTVs before we go on a brief breather. There was the issue of those guys, the youth who were clobbered or assaulted by police in Nandi County. Exactly.
Shooting pool.
No, then after the National Police Service through the Inspector General said, administrative action will be taken. And the 6 commanding officers were to face disciplinary action.
But apparently they have been transferred and promoted.
Exactly. I mean, being moved from Nandi County to Nairobi is a promotion, bro.
Wow, welcome to Kenya. And of course, we'll be unraveling some of these situations of what's happening. And of course, we're also talking music with our special guest, Coco Abednego from Hat the Band. And of course, Ian Keitani, who's giving us details of what is happening in the world. Right about now, let us pay some bills and then we'll be right back. It's a Spice Drive right here. And of course, I'm your host, Solomon Coco. And in the studio today, we have our very own reporter and anchor, Ian Keitani. And of course, on musical matters, we're talking to Skoko, a third member of the group Hat the Band, famously known for the song Uliza Kiatu and many others. And I think El Shaddai is one of your greatest performers that people love so much.
Yeah, wanaipenda sana.
And we were saying, who's a thug? Sasa, Uliza Kiatu. Tell us the story behind that song.
Uliza Kiatu, we wrote it when we were just starting out in music. So during that time, me and Ken, we used to live together in Kayole, and then Mordecai used to live in Dandora. So usually
wasewadina watu uyole yani wale wa bad
1960 Kayoleleshwa. Yeah. So most of the time hatukuwa tunapenda like just chilling in the hood and just kukaa tu
doing nothing.
No, because we had started with acting, then acting ilikuwa imekataa.
Okay.
Tukaanza music. So we used to like walk from Kayole tunapita hivyo nyuma Maisa, we go pick Mordecai from Dandora, then tunadandia lori hapo inatudrop hapo pali Madhare, then we go like that Kipande Road, tunaingia hapo Kenya National Theatre.
History ya kudandia lori wangaiko aje? Hebu niambie. So you hata mwezi omba lift?
Watu wa lori wanajua, it's like ni community service, it is CSR, because the lorries, when they are carrying the mchanga, lazima wakuwe na watu wenye wanadandia, ikienda huko wao ndo watafanya kutoa hiyo mchanga, unaona? So kuna pali wao slow down, sasa wenye watapanda wa kwanza ndio watafanya hiyo job.
Wampata job. Hiyo ni application.
So as we have our guitar, tunasimama pale kwa junction, when the lorries are coming, mmoja anapanda, mnampatilishia gitaa, nyinyi wengine mnaruka.
Damn, that was a hustle.
It was a hustle. It was a hustle. Yeah, so we go there, mkona kakitamba. So after you get to Raunda, mnashuka, then mnajipanguza mkae watoto wa town. Dust off. We go unaficha shida. Tunaenda KNT, we chill there, we jam until maybe the evening. In the evening we used to have there was a play that was at Kenya National Theatre. So tulikuwa tunaendeleza rehearsal hapa South B. So you walk to South B, rehearsal overnight, in the morning same route coming back home. So it got to a point where Mordecai's shoes were like
tired.
They were tired. And they decided to say something.
Yes. They spoke to the soul and the spirit.
So when we were looking at his shoes, we were like, yo, bro, we've been through a lot of stuff, and you can't really explain to somebody that whole thing, you know? Like you can't tell a success story when you are still not successful.
If someone asks you, unawambia, we uliza njumu.
So ilikuwa, imagine if the shoe could talk.
It could say everything.
You could mtu angekuelewa. Maybe the parents would be like, enye mnajitolea sana, lost our stress. So that's how it started.
Wow.
It was even supposed to be like what's it called, an empowerment song. It was not a love song in the beginning. It was empowerment, because during that whole journey we are not by ourselves. No, that's why it was shorter. Juu kuna watu wametoka sijui Inda, watu wametoka wapi, and you're all in the journey just to make a living, you know. So ilikuwa song inafaa kwa more empowerment, and then you were like, what's the best way to empower somebody? People listen to love songs a lot, so we turned it into now a love song / empowerment.
Wow, that is coming from the ashes up to all the way to earning gold.
It was crazy.
And you deserve it.
It was crazy, man.
I think it's been a journey. That's 13 years ago.
2012 is when we wrote it. 2013 is when we first went into studio and recorded it. And then in 4th of April 2014, we released it.
It took that long? 2 years.
And during the whole time we were performing it on the streets, so people knew the song.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I actually saw some of your old school videos where you guys were pale Kencom, hapo kwa mabasi
Masafaration,
and you guys were performing an acoustic, someone was playing the guitar, and you even had comedy. You had a comedy sketch. Mnatoa jokes kwa streets.
So, you know, performing on the streets is very difficult, because all these people have a lot of things they are going through. Wako na stress. Sasa na umekuja hapa na kagita unacheza wanakushanga. So we used to fuse our acting with now the music. So that you get people's attention fast.
And the comedy?
So the comedy, I had to put some bit of comedy in my
top it up.
Yes. Ni kama MC, unajua.
Kama MC lazima uapply vitu.
Because we are fighting for the same spot with Mwanetu. You know those acrobats, So we are fighting for the same people.
So who is going to win?
So wakitoa joke jana, leo unakuja unairudia na njia yako.
Unairosha kivyako, venye unaielewa.
It was performing on the street, it was crazy. It was so crazy, man.
That's dope, but that is what gave you the muscle and built you. Yeah?
Because now when people listen to the music after it was released, they were like, I've heard this song before. So they related with the song and the artist even more than we could have expected. Yeah.
So were you guys working with that kabakuli for,
For some coins?
Yeah, some coins.
Kuna zile siku mbaya. So guitar bag, you use the guitar bag.
Oh, you say Kenny tu hapa.
Mnaeka tu hiyo bag ya guitar hapo chini.
How much did you collect the most?
Si fair na sapa.
Ilikuwa inafika kangapi hivi?
Maybe if you ukiwa umeua kabisa ni hii ni show ile massive show. Kona kaso 3.
Hiyo siku mmepona.
So 3 tumepona,
but kuna days mlenda 0.
Kuna days tu unasema unaifanya for the culture.
No.
Sema but show ilikuwa kali though.
So unajua saizi utapata vijana they struggle for some short time and they want to give up. Hiyo period mlikuwa mnadandia lorry, mnaendadi KNT. For how long did you guys do that?
We did it for like an year and a half to 2 years. We were just doing it, and I think also during that time we were not like more into. We didn't know how big this thing could get. So it was the passion is what was driving us.
The passion.
Yeah. So
for real, this was just for the passion.
Because you wake up in the morning, you are hungry, what, and you still have to get to KNT. And then you have to come back again, and then tomorrow you have to do the same thing. So the passion used to drive us a lot, and. When we started getting opportunities, ndio tunaangalia tunasema
umetoka far.
Okay, maybe hapa kuna kitu. Juu hata hatukuwa na jina.
Okay. Mlikuwa mnajiita nani? Dandala 1
tulikuwa ya kwanza tulikuwa tunaitwa Waluya na Swaka.
Nyuma. Hapo unasemanga ni mbaya.
Najua hiyo ndio time kina Jalasa walikuwa wameshika na ile accent yao
wakiwa na
Waluya na Otos.
So
even us we used to do it during acting.
The same thing.
Tukiingia kwa ground pia tunaipiga. Unaona? So watu wakatuita Waluya na Swaka.
Waluya wamefikiwa. Elijah. Omorunga. Mlifikiwa. I mean, that's incredible, how you build up all the way from the trenches, from the ashes, and then you rise all the way to the top. And we always say that, the best things always rise to the top. Even when you boil milk, the cream always comes up to the top. And there are so many things that are happening in the world right now. Yesterday, there was a symbolic burial that was taking place in Nyeri. And this one was one of the... there are so many people who are trying to make ends meet, and a lot of them have been duped to go and travel to the Ukraine, and they're told, they're promised different kind of jobs, different opportunities out there, and because they can't make ends meet here in Kenya, people oblige and they go. And so one of the Kenyans here was missing, and then he was confirmed dead. And yesterday, his family performed a symbolic burial in Nyeri, where they did not bury anything. They just did the traditional way of sending off the final rites to someone. And some more news coming up right now. Ukraine has discovered 2 more bodies of Kenyans killed while fighting for Russia in the Russia-Ukraine war. 2 more bodies, 39-year-old and a 35-year-old. And they've even tried to show the photos. And this one has actually been posted by CNN's Larry Madowo. Ian, this is a very, very sad state. When people have to bury, but they bury symbolically because the body is not there, it could not be retrieved. And this is someone who was actually just trying to survive, trying to help his family, trying to look for greener pastures. And all these agents that are sending people there. And the sad thing is there are people who are still willing to go.
Exactly.
There are people who are still willing to go and say, even if I die, whatever coin I make, I want to send it back home to help and assist my family.
You see, I attended a press conference by a human rights group in the country with a number of families who have their kins in Russia and Ukraine, I think on 27th of this month. And most of them were duped that they were going to
Get different kind of jobs.
Exactly. Actually,
You're
most
told-
of them were to be drivers. Sorry, but when they got there, the situation was different. They were taken for some training, just brief training, and then they were taken to the front line of the Russia-Ukraine war. Now, there's so many things to take out from this story. One is that these rogue agents are taking advantage of the program by the government of taking the youth to work abroad,
outside to work abroad.
exporting labor, because the government has been so big on that,
That's
the current regime. But now there are no sufficient mechanisms to protect Kenyans and stop these rogue agents from exploiting Kenyans. I remember during that particular press conference, there was a young lady whose husband left for Russia to be a driver. I remember saying the lady saying she communicated with the husband, and the husband landed in Russia, St. Petersburg, and the husband left knowing that he's going to work so that he can send money back home to ensure the kids get proper education.
That's true.
So one thing is that many Kenyans are desperate.
Yeah.
There are no jobs. They have to fend for their families. They have to pay school fees. If there's no job here, they take anything that is available.
That's true.
But now that is where these rogue agents come into play. And many of them decry there's lack of protection from the government. Now, these families are complaining that even after discovering that their kids have been taken abroad, they're being taken to the front line, some of them escaped. And they now need help from the Kenyan embassy
To come back
in
home.
Russia or Ukraine to come back home.
Yeah.
Now, some of them do say they got news that their kids died.
Yes.
But even to be able to get help from the Kenyan embassy to repatriate their bodies, to come back home so that they can give them one
Because
final
I hear
befitting send-off.
The hardest and toughest challenge is because they are sent to the front line, and it is very difficult for people to actually go there, even their fellow colleagues in the fighting zones, to actually access or retrieve their bodies.
Yes.
It is a very, very sad state. So you get the news coming home that your kin is dead, but we cannot retrieve their body where they are, which is very sad.
In fact, there was one lady who said they went to the human rights group to the Russian embassy to report that the husband had died in Russia, and they took the details. Later on, they called the lady and told the lady, we found the body of your husband. But now they went to the Kenyan embassy. They went to the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs to seek help so that they can communicate with the Kenyan embassy in Russia to be able to repatriate the body. But the lady said they kept on taking them in circles. So they were really crying help from the government. So the government has two jobs here. First of all, seal these loopholes, ensure these rogue agents are eliminated, and number two, offer help, because where can these people turn to? They can only turn to the government. They don't have funds. It is expensive. So for me, it is really up to the government to ensure that order is restored in this particular issue.
But do you think even with the cancellation of agents, there are so many travel agents and agencies who are actually trying to get work permits for people in Kenya to go and work abroad, being denied their licenses because of what's happening. Do you think that could be effective if we only get the correct agents to do it? Because it looks like all these guys are rogue and they're after money.
Well, one would start with if all these guys are probably rogue, or most of them, or let's say a huge chunk, let's say 80%. There are those few. What channels are what channels is being used by the government to export this labor? Because we've seen quite a number, thousands, since President William Ruto took over power. We've seen thousands of Kenyan youth being taken abroad through this government initiative. Then what is this channel that the government is using? Can we then make sure that all those agents or agencies that duping these Kenyans are dealt with, and we remain with a few proper licensed to ensure that if Kenyans are exported, or these Kenyans are taken abroad to work as a driver or as a security personnel, and they end up being mistreated, then we know it is this and this agency that took this person abroad. Because most of the parents who are talking said they don't know the agencies or the agent who took their sons or daughters abroad. And more interesting is the fact that there was one person of interest by the name Oscar Mujoka. He's a former soldier here in the country. In fact, the dad said he helped fight Al-Shabaab terrorists in Westgate. So, but he resigned and left, but apparently died there. So it's up to the government to really streamline everything.
Very well captured. I think this one is a big issue that, of course, we are battling with. Right now, we are at the top of the hour. We break into news, and then back we'll be having our conversation as we plan to close off. It's Spice Drive. All right, and welcome back to Spice Drive with your host, yours truly. I go by the name Solomon Coco. You can call me the real Solo, and of course, with me in the studio we have Ian Keitani, our reporter and anchor at KTN, and of course, it's Coco. Most say it's Coco. Mine is Solomon Coco, and you have Coco. Okay, that one is pretty close.
Very close.
Yeah, I could almost cheat, but. We are right here, and thank you so much to everybody who's listening to us. Traffic situations in Nairobi right now. In case I know this is the time everybody is heading back home, and looking on the roads right now, Haile Selassie, there's a red alert right there. If I look at Ngong Road, wow, a lot of traffic all the way close to the Nairobi Club, all the way to the Space Indoor Playground. Of course, there's too much traffic there. Nyayo Stadium, a lot of traffic there. Langata Road, a lot of traffic there as well. It looks like so much is happening on the roads right now, and of course, people have money in the pocket. Ian, in January, a lot of people left their cars at home and decided to use public means because of economic constraints. Fuel was expensive, but now I think, how do you think the Matatu strike on Monday affected the moving around in the city?
It was a total mess.
It was a total mess.
Total mess. Because
total mess.
You see, some Matatu guys were faulted because it's one thing to strike. It's another to block roads.
Yes.
Because when you block roads, there are people who use their private means.
Yeah.
So you're also affecting them.
After the demise of Raila Odinga, do you think we'll ever have any successful strike or protest?
I hold a very different opinion, by the way.
Tell me.
I think Raila Odinga did not hold the biggest protest in the country. I think the Gen Z did.
Gen Z. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That was remarkable.
Nisikia akisema yeye Gen Z nikasema.
Mini Gen Z. Usipingane, all right?
Yeah, but I think that was the biggest protest ever witnessed, and I don't think we'll ever have such kind of a protest again.
Yeah, and now sadly it's like that. I hope these guys actually get to a resolve, because the Matatu owners who are actually complaining and had announced a strike, and every Monday they had said they'll be striking because and they were protesting against the banning of their vehicles by border guys every time an accident occurs. I think it is very, very unfortunate. I hope they meet a resolve, because the madness that we're experiencing on the roads of Nairobi, only us can resolve that.
Yeah, true.
Only us, if we have values, if we have good manners, if we have decency, and sometimes just let the person who is in front of you pass. It's not too much. It takes a second, and then we all move and we head where we are headed. So we are just appealing for a little bit of sanity on the roads. Let's stop banning cars. Let us get to the real problem and see how we can solve that one. The Court of Appeal, Ian, has actually overturned that ruling for CDF.
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes, it was actually overturned because the NGCDF Act of 2015, I think it was amended in 22 and 23, had been declared unconstitutional in September of 2024. And the fund was supposed to cease operating on June 30th this year. But they appealed that particular ruling, and then today a 3-judge bench has actually overturned that particular ruling. Now, one of the you see, the CDF being deemed unconstitutional, declared unconstitutional by the court, was one thing. On the other side, there was the late Raila Odinga, because Raila Odinga said that MPs should not have control of the NGCDF funds. In fact, he wanted that particular fund to be under the county governments. But I don't think there's anybody to champion for that anymore now that he's gone, he's dead. But this particular ruling is first of all,
is it a win or is it an L
for
the people? Because I'm looking at two things. If Raila Odinga wanted this CDF to be managed by the county government, and you can see the way county governments are misappropriating their funds, resources every day. You know, just the other day we had 59 million for seedlings in Mandera. Just the other day we had was it in
5 million for housewarming.
5 million for housewarming.
3 million for lighting Christmas tree.
Christmas tree for 3 million. And then now you're trying to put the NGCDF and people who cannot manage the resources properly and bring development and goodwill to the people.
I think I really have wanted to understand from Raila what is the thinking behind that, because for most people, most vulnerable families, they depend on NGCDF in terms of school fees, infrastructure, and one would have struggled to understand now what happens if it falls under the county government. It means it is generally the county. You'll find counties with a lot of first of all, a lot of sub-counties.
Yes.
So it means you have to deal with a huge chunk of students. If it's per constituency, then this constituency has 10 schools, you're dealing with a certain number of students. But all said and done, today's ruling, first of all, is a very big win for members of parliament, I believe, because they really wanted the control of this particular fund.
Okay.
I think if this fund was taken off them, it would be a big loss for them.
It would be a big
because you'll find members of parliament who've wisely used these funds to upgrade facilities, infrastructure across schools to help needy students. But you'll find others who've misappropriated funds. You'll find constituencies where students are still studying in
and
classes, or classes made of mud. There are no desks, there are no books, and you wonder where is the money going to? So, in as much as it is a win for members of parliament and a win for most parents out there who need the help or seek help from the NGCDF kitty to take their kids to school, we need to hold members of parliament accountable. I remember when, for example, the former DP raised the conversations, around issues of school infrastructure, especially in the northeastern region. There was a lot of uproar, but I feel like it is a conversation that we need to have because each and every constituency has been given money, and everyone wants to see that money being, wisely used. Because if, for example, the argument that he had then was that you'll find schools, for example, in Nairobi County or Kiambu County or Kisumu County are well taken care of. They're up to standard.
Yes.
Modern classes.
Yes.
But you'll go to a different county, and the classes are in a deplorable condition.
Yes.
Now, with the placement of students, you'll find a student who hails from Kiambu or Nairobi or Kisumu County, where there are very good infrastructures, being taken to a county where the classes are congested, they're in poor state, everything is in a mess. So how would that parent or that student feel, knowing that back home or where I come from, everything has been well taken care of? And you'll find a student now from that particular region is being sent somewhere. Exactly. So we need to hold our leaders accountable such that when a student is being sent to a different county, regardless of the distance, the infrastructure is the same, the quality is the same. You'll find classes, for example, in urban counties do have modern labs, for example, but when you go to the schools in Komashinani, there are no labs. But at the end of the day, these students will sit for the same examination. So how do you expect the student from that part of the country?
Some of them are disadvantaged.
Exactly, they're disadvantaged. So we need to have a proper conversation. Forget about politicizing the matter, forget about political affiliations, just have a proper conversation in regards to how this money is being used and what the elected representatives are doing to ensure that we have proper infrastructure, and everything is in order.
And I think Dindi Nyoro actually opened a can of worms when he talked about how he's been managing those funds and helping educate students in his constituency, and other politicians actually followed suit. Others were against it. They said there's something he's not telling the public about where he's getting the money, where he's getting the funds and the resources to actually develop and make that available in his constituency, where he has built schools, and of course even school fees now is as low as 500 shillings. Now with this CDF thing, because I think we need leaders who are championing this and actually showcasing that this is how mi nimeleta maendeleo because of managing this program very well, and that's why people can actually have a school feeding program. People can people who are from disadvantaged families can actually even pay very small amounts for school fees, and nobody or no kids are left out of school. So probably this one is a win for many members of parliament. But what we should be appealing for, I think, is the better management of resources in every level. Whether it's devolution, whether it's national government, and end corruption.
Exactly, because I mean these constituencies receive around between 150 to 200 million each financial year. So for do we have 4 or 5 for the tenure that you'll serve as a member of parliament? I mean, all this money, and then you have nothing to show for.
Nothing to show.
So what have you been doing with the money?
That's so sad.
Exactly.
Very, very sad. And now let's go back to the music industry, and we're talking money matters here. The Kenya Copyright and Related Rights Limited, SCOCO, has now we have seen the abolishment of or the nullification of MCSK, the Music Copyright Society of Kenya, and now we have 2 CMOs collecting funds. One of them, of course, is the Kenya Copyright and Related Rights Limited, which was formerly called the Kenya Association of Music Producers. What does this mean to you guys? Are these guys dispatching the right amounts? Are they collecting more than or the exact amount that you guys are supposed to earn and giving you a blank check or a bad figure?
The issue with CMOs has always been administration, because they collect a lot of money, but then the money they use to admin is too high, as in the artists get paid maybe 20% of whatever they've collected.
So they use 80% of the administrative cost on themselves.
And according to the laws that are there, they're not supposed to. They're supposed to use like 20 to 30%
for most. The administration cost.
So everything is in reverse.
It's reverse.
It's in reverse.
It's a reverse call.
So the people who are in the office are making more money than the musicians.
That's sad.
You get, and every single time you even meet with like a taxi guy or like somebody who works somewhere, they're always complaining like, hey, tunaitishangwa tu pesa kila siku na nyinyi mnasema mlipwi, unaona? So me, I've always had an issue with that, and also like they're never like very transparent. Because I remember there's a time when Nani was at MCSK, what's his name? The one for Keko.
Morris, no?
No, not Morris. Okay, the one who followed.
Okay.
So for mwenye alikuwa KFCB.
Yes.
Mutua. When Mutua was there,
Zekia.
MCSK had 2 offices. There's 2 offices in Westlands.
Parallel.
So they
operating in the same way.
The office you're supposed to go and get your money from
is hidden,
or asking questions is closed. They only have a reception on the side. So when you come and ask for the bosses, unaambiwa ati hawako.
Kumbe wako kwa ile ofisi nyingine.
Enda ile ofisi nyingine. Na hiyo ofisi nyingine is for collecting. You get? So like all these games that people play in between, they make the artists not get enough of what they're supposed to. Because in other countries, as a writer, even in the States, most writers don't get paid for writing the music. They get a percentage of the royalties, maybe between 1 to 2% of royalties. And 1 to 2% of royalties
is a huge sum.
This person is able to survive without even writing another song.
Ana chill tu home.
Amechill tu, anakula tu ya ngoma moja. Sasa imagine me mwenye niko na hit song karibu zaidi ya 10. I'm supposed to be living large, you know.
True.
So it's something that they really need to look into. If they're really on the come on ataka industry grow, then I hope this move will make that work.
What is the last amount that you received from a CMO? How much?
I think it was 2,350.
2,350. Is that split between the 3 of you as a group ama hiyo ulikuja peke yako?
Na sasa kwa in royalties there's no group. There's no split. You always register as a single artist.
So is 2,300
ni mimi peke yangu.
Wow.
Mimi nimepewa 2,000 yangu safi. Alafu
Unaambiwa kuna ka payment hapa.
Umepewa pocket change.
Wanasema huko kwa AGM, when you go to the AGMs, they're like, so this time we're going to disburse money. We have 25 million that we're going to be giving the artist. But our semi ni artist wangapi? Kumbe artist ni 25,000.
Kila mtu tao yake.
Wanashangaa wanatumia very ambiguous terms disburse, alafu unapata tao mbili sure.
Wanashangaa ni nini? Hata ujuagi imeingia. So and it affects also like there's a lot of ghost artists. So there's people who've not released music in a very long time who are still members. There's others who don't even have music, but they are members. And then the politics there,
it's too much.
It's too much.
Now with your new song, what's the name of the new song?
The new song is called Ntala Nawe.
Na hawa nani hawataki kula na nyinyi? Hawataki kukula na nyinyi simu.
Hawataki kula na simu.
Wanakula peke yao.
Ntala Nawe anasema hii nitakula peke yangu.
So for mambo ya simu inaichokesha. Yeah, but
what's the situation in Tanzania now that you have a song with a Tanzanian artist?
The situation in Tanzania, they've not been doing a lot of events, but they're really trying to like build the country again. I've been seeing a lot of artists like coming through for the people of TZ. So for us, we have a lot of projects we're working with Tanzanian artists, just to build that rapport and kurudisha tu ya ujamaa tena. I'm guessing it was very bad because like for us to do this collab with Mr. Kesho, he had been stuck in Kenya for almost 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, he couldn't go back.
What?
Yeah, because of the situation. So alikuwa amekaa tu Kenya yani anangoja vitu zi cool down so that he goes back.
Okay.
Yeah, but now things are picking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sawa. What's coming up new? I thought about. I know you're also an author and you also write. Do we expect a poetry book? How are you going to encourage the Gen Zs? How they can still make money from poetry and such creative things? We're expecting a book from Heart the Band about your story. Where are we?
In terms of writing, I've been writing a lot. So nimekuwa nikitaka kucompile at least something for poetry. When we started out, there was a lot of poetry events happening around.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I think the poetry industry didn't grow to a point whereby poets were making money from doing poetry. Ilikuwa ni kama it's like a hobby. So ukienda event, maybe you get food and drinks. Unapata fare. So wengi wao waka choose kuingia career zingine. But nimeona a lot of poetry people are doing albums, they're doing books. So maybe I've been collecting my poetry, so maybe something is in the works.
Is there a future for poetry? Because you know, when we were young and we were in high school, number one thing to write a love letter, you had to be very poetic. You had to be creatively poetic. No, ukisema hii inaenda kwa sister school. Hata ule dem akisoma akifungua ati ana open this with a kiss.
How many did you write? How many did you write?
I was a professional writer, so people used to pay me to write for them.
You were making good money.
Yeah, I had a good handwriting. And I had some good rhymes. I can rhyme orange.
I see.
So that was that. I don't know at what point people just actually stopped and dropped that creative poetic writing.
Yeah, there's a point poetry went down a little bit with during your period, 2013 hapo, the poets who were there, they went into the corporate world.
Okay.
So there was a gap.
They dropped it.
There was a gap there, but now people are doing poetry events for a whole weekend.
Okay. And
they're sold out.
Okay.
So the industry is coming back pole pole.
Okay.
Yeah, watu wanaanza kuwa sensitive tena.
Sawa. Okay, sawa guys, we go back to some music. Coco featuring Mr. Kesho, of course, playing right here on Spice Drive. This one is just a teaser of the newly released video, a collaboration between Kenya and Tanzania. Yani Kenya inashikana na suluhu na mambo iko sawa sawa. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful one, and people should actually go and check it out on YouTube. You say the song is called Ntalanawe.
Ntalanawe.
Unajua, men got a reprieve the other day because CBK has decided that Valentine's Day badala ya kutuma bouquet ya pesa, sasa ni hakuna bouquet ya pesa, unaambia day mwe kuja Ntalanawe, si kutuma pesa. All right, so that's a beautiful song. That's the latest one now, right?
Yeah, that's the latest.
Okay. Good. And a big up, and of course big up to Mr. Wakesho. All the way, and I hope she does a Tanzania as it affect mmoja yetu, because Charles Otieno, the CEO, my co-host, is back there, and we expect him back in Nairobi in one piece. Of course, we are one family, we are one East African region, na hizi mashida zote tunafaa tunazihandle sisi wote pamoja. I want us to close the show. Any word for your fans?
Yeah. All I can say is big thanks to all the fans for supporting us all through those years. And tumewasikia wamekuwa kisema we've not released music in a minute. So wasichoke, wasiogope. Music is coming, a lot of music is coming their way.
Brilliant.
From the group and from sisi pamoja kando.
Yes.
And make sure you love yourselves, show yourself some love. Valentine's hata kama una mtu, jipende.
Hiyo kujipenda ni very
very important. Sika nazungumza swali moja tu.
Uliza faster ni poa.
Unajua wakati Uliza Kiatu nikikutazama ilitoka. I was a big fan, by the way.
Okay.
I've always listened to their songs. I think I attended a concert the end of the Kenyan-Germany Friendship Month. I was there with my friend called like Gong. And just one thing I'd want to hear from you. In a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate? How do you feel the impact that you've had as a group, not only on music but also fans in the country?
Very good.
I think the impact has been really nice because apart from just changing our lives, the music has also changed other people's lives and also the lives of the people we work with. Sometimes we get even random anonymous messages zinarushwa kwa gate yetu ama kwa studio huko, unapata mtu anakuambia I listen to your song and this
it saved our marriage.
Saved our marriage. Saved my life. Unajua, as in made me a better person.
Oh, brilliant.
And I think apart from money, that is one thing that inapatiaga mtu hiyo satisfaction ya kuendelea kuifanya kesho.
That's true.
Right, man. Good music. Keep on going, man.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely good music. And of course, we're still in that sporting weekend. Which teams do you guys support, by the way?
I'm really waiting to hear what you say.
Me, of course.
Which one?
The number one, Arsenal hater.
Mambo gani sasa? Sasa tumeanza tu vizuri, unaharibu mwisho jamani.
Manchester United. Yes.
Bas, hapo ni sawa. Alianza na Arsenal nikasikia the great Manchester United. Also Arsenal.
I'm the Arsenal guy. I'm the one and control like a touch of your mic.
You see, I tell Arsenal fans, unajua Arsenal the last time they lifted the trophy, bado Mutai Kagwa alikuwa pale ministry of anatuambia chupa mbili na sausage. It's been 6 years, my man. 6 years.
And I can actually see that we are about to win a plate.
It's always about, but you don't eventually.
There's a silver Carabao plate and we are okay.
You're playing with Man City.
And no, let me tell you one thing.
Mesema kama pati kikombe mchukue sahani.
Hata sahani tutakula nayo.
There was a post somewhere that always the bride, never the groom. Arsenal.
Okay, to all our Arsenal fans. But actually, I can see that something is trending on social media about a football game. But tell us what's happening. Take us to...
So English side, I think they're playing the championship, Charlton Athletic. It's a very good team.
Yeah.
They signed a Kenyan... footballer.
Yes,
Collins Shichenje.
Yes.
And Kenyans in their element, like always, to me occupy. I saw, the English fans saying, if only the football club could, capitalize.
Yes.
Because wamepata a lot of engagement.
But
some of them are very, hilarious. Wanasema, for example, bahati mbaya kijifunga on goal. his teammates should apologize. They made the situation difficult for him.
Please.
So I'm only waiting. They're playing today. I think at around 10. 10 or 1.
They said 8 or 1.
Yeah, 11 or 1 actually.
I
Local
don't know
time.
why they saved that one.
I don't know. I'm waiting because if Shichenje will not be in the first 11, I'm just trying to imagine the amount of people will be in the
They'll
comment
be
section
bashing.
complaining.
Yeah. Yeah, and once Kenyans decide to take over,
They sure will.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a good thing for local football. We've seen this transfer window. We've seen quite a number. I think 5 of Kenyan footballers who've been signed by various teams. We saw Wanjala joining Valencia in Spain. There's another lad. I think Obiro joined Tranmere in England. So it's a good thing for football. Having it in mind that we're hosting the African Cup of Nations in 2027.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to watching Shichenje play today. We hope Charlton will win.
Yeah.
And more of our boys will go abroad. I forgot. There's a guy called Mansour. I think he joined a team in France. Yeah, so it's a good thing for our football. And it's also a very good thing to see, Kenyans expressing and showing love for our fellow Kenyans who are playing their trade across the globe. So it's a very good thing. Very encouraging.
Awesome.
Yes.
What's your take for the day? What's your closing shot?
Well, with the EABL saying we consume 60% of illicit liquor, make sure you don't you don't consume illicit liquor. Check the liquor you're taking. Go break a leg. It's the weekend. Have fun, but drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do not drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Yes.
Awesome. Askoko, now because people don't have money bouquets, what do you have to tell the lovers?
Hapo ametuokoa.
Ameokoa wanaume.
Sai tuma maneno. Talk to me. I can send you a very nice message to send to your
Akapoet.
And by the way, I don't know if I'll be here next time, but year 14th, you see, there's so many single people in Nairobi.
Yes.
I included.
Yes.
Tukutane Nyayo.
Umejitangaza.
Kutakuwa na HSBC tukutane Nyayo. Let's support our team.
Okay.
We'll be there.
That
Saturday,
sounds
Sunday.
great. Yes.
So we have a plan. Please check with this time. We've always been left hanging, but this time we have a plan.
Okay. That is brilliant. And of course, to everybody who's been listening to us and kept us company, thank you so very much. Of course, we'll be back here again on Monday. Charles Otieno will be back with me here in studio. And of course, for all the good conversation and the great music, we have DJ Cham on standby for you to deliver all that great music. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. Wish you a fantastic evening as you drive home.